Alright, listen up. This isn't some fluffy, feel-good spiritual nonsense that you can just toss aside after a few minutes of listening. This is real. This is your mind, your body, and your reality, about to shift in ways you can't even imagine right now. So buckle up. First, let's get something straight. You're not a victim. Stop pretending you're stuck. You've been fed that lie your entire life. You're telling yourself stories, keeping yourself small. Now it's time to tear down that wall and face what's been keeping you from stepping into your true power. What do you want? Clarity, confidence, charisma. You've got all of that right now. But it starts with this. You change the beliefs you hold about yourself. No more second guessing. No more thinking I'm not good enough, or I'll never be successful. That's all garbage. It's a programming flaw, and it's your job to fix it. Let me show you how this works. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out at the horizon. You can see the vast landscape below, the ocean stretching endlessly. You know, there's something beautiful, something powerful, something real waiting for you. But you're not sure if you can jump. You're afraid of falling, aren't you? But what if just for a moment you decided that you can fly? Not because you believe in magic, but because you've unlocked the truth that you can soar higher than you ever thought possible. That feeling of expansion, that tingling in your chest, the sensation of warmth, like your heart is opening wide. That's the power of belief at work. The moment you decide that the old stories, they don't matter anymore, you start shifting into a new reality. A reality where you're no longer trapped by the walls that you've built. Now let's break this down. How are you already doing this? Have you already stepped into moments of expansion and power without even realizing it? Think about the last time you got lost in something. A project, a conversation, an experience. When you were fully present, didn't it feel effortless? You were aligned with something bigger than yourself. You were connected. And that's what this is all about. The ability to tap into that state whenever you want, wherever you are. You felt it, haven't you? That moment when everything just clicks. It's like the universe hands you a gift. And all you have to do is accept it. But here's the thing. You don't need to wait for that moment. You create it right now. Let's bring this down to the nuts and bolts of it. You've got beliefs that are running the show. Most of them are outdated, and frankly, they're a bunch of bullshit. And I'm here to tell you that you can rewrite them in an instant. So think about this. Every time you decide you can't do something, you're reinforcing a belief that keeps you stuck. You're putting yourself into a box. When you start telling yourself the opposite, when you decide you can do anything, that's when the magic happens. You're getting it, right? You've already done this. You've already had the moments when you were on fire and life just flowed. Maybe it was a time when you just knew that you were destined for something bigger. Or maybe it was when you felt the profound connection with nature or with a loved one. Now imagine living from that place every single day. The science behind this, neuroplasticity. Your brain is a rewiring machine. Every time you think a new thought, a new neural pathway is created. You want to be confident. Think it, feel it, repeat it, until your brain can no longer distinguish between I am and I can. But wait, how do we get rid of resistance? Why do we hold ourselves back? Fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. But here's the cold truth. That fear is your enemy. It's keeping you stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. But here's the catch. Fear isn't real. It's a pattern that your brain has learned. And guess what? You can rewire that pattern. Let's dive into the consequence of not doing this. If you keep holding on to your old beliefs, your old stories, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to keep replaying the same limiting thoughts over and over again. And nothing is going to change. You'll keep waiting for the world to hand you what you want, instead of realizing you're the one creating your reality. Let me tell you something. Waiting, it's a waste of time. And now the flip side. What happens if you decide to take action? If you start shifting those limiting beliefs into empowering ones, if you start owning your power, you become magnetic, you become unstoppable. Suddenly, opportunities, they start opening up for you. Because you've changed your energy. People start responding to you differently. And guess what? You're creating your own luck. So what are the patterns that are holding you back? What are the beliefs that are keeping you down? Maybe you're constantly worried about other people's opinions. Or maybe you've bought into the idea that success is for other people, not you. That's the shit you need to interrupt. Let's take the blinders off and look at the truth. You're worthy of everything you desire. Stop playing small. Now here's the big question. How do you get started? How do you shift these beliefs and patterns that have been running your life for years? It starts with the decision to interrupt the pattern. Every time you catch yourself thinking those limiting thoughts, you say no, and you replace it with something empowering. Think about it like switching gears in a car. The moment you decide to shift from fear to confidence, you're driving a new vehicle, one that goes faster, smoother, and takes you exactly where you want to go. You've already seen glimpses of what's possible, but now it's time to scale that up. Every day, make the decision to step into your power. Every day, reinforce the new beliefs. That you're confident, you're powerful, and you're aligned with the universe's flow. You're not just sitting on the sidelines anymore. You're in the game, and you're playing to win. And guess what? When you do this consistently, you're unstoppable. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, they align. You become the person you've always wanted to be. This isn't just some motivational talk. This is how it works. The more you practice these steps, the more natural it becomes. It becomes effortless. What's the payoff? The payoff is freedom. The payoff is power. The payoff is living a life where you create your own reality. No questions asked. And the longer you wait, the more you'll regret not jumping off the cliff sooner. Stop hesitating. Jump. Because the truth is, there's no limit to what you can achieve when you start believing in yourself. Now you're ready to step into your power. Or are you going to keep sitting on the sidelines? The choice is yours.